All right, welcome everyone to this Thursday night's edition of Southern Woods and Waters. And boy, have we got a great show for you tonight. I know I say it each and every week, I tell you that, but this time I really mean it. Okay, I really mean it this time. I've got a great personality on here with you. You know and love like I do, and he's back with us. And yeah, it's the same old boy that he was before. My good Georgia Peach, that's Hope Hines down. I'm telling you, brought down. Hello, Hope.
How are you, my friend?
How you doing, brother?
I'm great. Good to see you.
My Southern Peach.
What did I do to deserve this? To get back on the show with you, Hugh.
You came to my house on the wrong day.
You had to tell that, didn't you? Now, I guess you're going to tell everybody I was having a senior moment. Is that what you were going to say?
No, I was not going to say that. I was going to say the calendar, the wind blew the calendar one day more.
It did. No, wait. Let's clarify that. Mr. McNaughten, I like to be early.
Yes, you do. Extremely early. But we're not even going to go there.
We're going to take a show tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why.
You're going to be on the show tomorrow with us. We're doing our taping of our Christmas and New Year's show. And Hope and Chris, want to introduce Chris Wood to you? Chris is
How are you, Chris?
Fantastic.
Chris, thank you so much. Chris is a great sponsor of the show, and he, along with Hope, are coming out to the house with all the other sponsors of Southern Woods and Waters, and we're going to be taping our Christmas show and our New Year's show tomorrow. And we got Channel 5's going to be at the house. It is tomorrow.
It is tomorrow.
Tomorrow. We're going to drive that home for him tomorrow. But we were going to do it, and then Hope just shows up. He's walking down my driveway, and I could hear him coming. I knew those footsteps. What?
I said, Hugh, where are the cameras? Where's the lights?
Where's Channel 5?
I know.
But I tell you what, it's a great surprise to have you. Wow. Anyway, it was great. I had a lot to do because my honeydew list looked like the Dead Sea Scrolls there. But you got to have a good chat with Joy.
I did.
And with my puppies.
Oh, let me tell you, what are they called again? Now, listen to this pronunciation.
It's Brussels Griffons.
Say it one more time.
No, that's about as south as I can get.
Is that Southern Belgium?
It's Southern French or Southern Belgium. Brussels Griffons.
And what are their names?
Monk and Priss.
Wow.
And they act.
And they don't. and as far as I'm concerned, they don't hunt nothing.
They hunt a warm place to sleep. That's about it.
They are. You need to bring them on the show one night. They are precious.
They are. They are.
Yeah.
They've. A man's got to have his dog.
Yes, he does.
And in my case, I got to have two of them. But Joy told me she got me a dog for Christmas. I thought she was going to bring in a lab or one of those leg-inch long, leg-long beagles with a big loud mouth or something to hunt with. And she came in there with that Brussels Griffon, and I'm like, what is that? I thought, well, I can use it for a predator call, to help call in coyotes. I just set them out on a leash.
And you've got everybody's curiosity up. You're going to have to take some pictures of those two dogs and bring them and show them next week. You know that, don't you?
Well, how about we just show them tomorrow? When
I think that'd be great.
They're part of the family.
I know. I've already threatened to walk off with them.
But I tell you what, tonight we got Hope Hines on here with us, and Hope has been real busy while he's been away from Channel 5 sportscasting. He's been really busy, and he's come out with a new book. I'm just going to go ahead and say it's a new book. It's called Hindsight. In Hindsight. And I tell you what, Hope.
I'm not ashamed to show it.
No. But, it's talking about the past 45 years of sportscasting?
In hindsight, the ups, downs, and rebounds of 40 years in sports broadcasting.
And, buddy, you have seen a few ups and downs, haven't you?
Well, I have, and I've seen some ups and downs from a lot of athletes, a lot of coaches, a lot of teams, a lot of personalities. So, it's a chronicle of my 40 years in television and all the places I've been, and from here to the West Coast to San Diego to New Orleans to Charlotte, Baltimore, and back here, and it's all a chronicle right there. And it was a labor of love, and it has been, I'm happy to say, and blessed to say, and thrilled to say, very well received. And
oh gosh,
so I would think it would make a great stocking stuffer for anybody at Christmas time.
It's got a great forward in it by Darrell Waltrip.
Darrell Waltrip wrote very nice. He wrote everything I told him to say.
How much did you have to pay him to do that?
Well,
that was real nice.
I'm still paying him. Are you kidding? I've been playing all my life.
Now, you better go and see old DW every time one sells.
Exactly. That's what he should have said in there. That's right. But you can get it at Amazon.com. It's in Kroger stores. It's in Barnes & Noble. And I'm excited to say by midweek next week, it will be in Lifeway bookstores in Middle Tennessee.
Man, that is great news. That's great news, Hope.
We're tickled to death about that. And thank you for having me on so I could plug it.
Well, I tell you what, Hope, you've been exemplary to me and a bunch of people that are in sports and, outdoors. You love to hunt and fish just like everybody else does. So Hope has helped me out tremendously. He's given me all kinds of guidance and everything through the years, and I thank you. On public television, I appreciate you, my friend. You've been an awesome friend to me.
I did that because you deserved it, and you should be right where you are, and you are very, very well liked and received wherever this program goes. I know it because I hear about it all the time.
Well, we try to be, and we try to get out there and have people like you that makes us look good.
And Chris. Just like Chris.
I learned something about Chris. Did you know he was a rock and roll singer?
I was a rock and roll guitar player.
See? Wow. I didn't know that. I just thought Chris knew batteries. I
knew he was going to light us up here tonight.
Yeah. But Chris has actually had a beginning life too, and he was a guitarist for a rock and roll band, and that's how he got to meet his wife and all that. So that's how his life started.
So your kind of music in your era was what?
It was classic rock, what they call classic rock nowadays. But
not heavy metal.
No, it was just straight rock and roll.
Who were your heroes?
Well, I was a big Stevie Ray Vaughan fan and Jimi Hendrix and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's good. So 38 Special and all those guys. That was your favorite. See, I didn't know
Southern rock stuff.
Man, I saw ZZ Top when it cost $1.50 cover charge. Now that'll tell you how old I am.
Wow. Well, when you were paying $1.50, I was slipping in under 10.
That's it. But I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, we got a great show for you tonight. We're gonna talk a little bit more to Hope. I want to ask him some questions about his book, and then Chris is going to help us later in the show get our boats ready and get our ATVs, UTVs, your trucks, everything. Get it ready. If it's got a battery, Chris is going to help us make it through the hard, cold winter. And when spring gets here, we're going to be able to walk out there and crank it right back up and go right back to doing our business again. So hurry back to more of Southern Woods and Waters.
This segment is being brought to you by Stan Sloan Zora Bait Company, where setting the hook is an everyday thing. This segment is being brought to you by Fate Sanders Marina. Come by and check out the jewel of Percy Priest Lake.
All right. This week's Picture of the Week is being brought to you by Flowers Deer Processing. Hey, I checked with Mike and Deborah Flowers out there. They are about 300 to 400 deer more this year than this time last year, and they had a record-breaking year last year. So, guys, gals, that either tells you more and more people are going to them or more and more hunters are being successful. But whatever the case may be, check out Flowers Deer Processing out there on Eaton's Creek Road for all your deer processing needs. Hey, our first picture here, this is from Brush Creek Catfishing off of River Road, and this is from our good friend Country. He just said, Hugh, I just had to show you what's going on out there. Well, guess what? Our second picture here is Country sent this one in the day after he caught this 3-pound bass. Was caught on a fluke, and it was out of a farm pond. So he was going from both lake to farm pond to Brush Creek back to a pond. Our third picture here, this is from Randall Staggs, our good friend with My Blend Deer Minerals. He said this deer was taken Wednesday with a muzzleloader in Middle Tennessee. This was provided by one of the My Blend Deer Minerals customers. Look at the rack on that thing, Hope. That thing's wide. He's got one of those wide load signs on him, too.
That was a mature deer.
That's right. And our fourth picture here, this is our good friend Christopher Stites. You've met his dad, Chris Stites, on the show before, but this is with his deer. And Christopher, you got to take me with you, buddy. Hi, you can send your pictures to us here at Southern Woods and Waters, 474 James Ryerson Parkway, Nashville, Tennessee, 37219, or simply email them to me at hugh@southernwoodsandwaters.com. We'll get them on here fast. Got a lot of deer hunting stuff coming in, so be prepared for that. We're going to start showing them. Andrew said there was technical difficulties on mine, which imagine that. Hey, I got to start off with Hope for just a second.
Yes.
Hope, I'm going to propose a question to you. Out of your book, and by the way, I got my copy today, so I haven't even begun to read all of it.
Personally autographed.
Personally autographed, I might add. But what is the most memorable experience you ever had?
1974, I'm in Zaire, Africa, in Kinshasa, getting ready for the Ali Foreman Heavyweight Championship fight of the world.
That's right.
How about that?
And Howard Cosell sitting over there.
That probably was the most memorable week of my life in sports.
It has to be.
It was. And what a great experience it was. Went over there with Milton McClurkin, who was an old photographer here at Channel 5, and we went over a week or so before the fight. And we went over probably about 10 days before the fight. We were probably the only photographer and reporter over there for a few days, so Ali was tickled to death to see us.
Yeah.
Because he needed a camera.
Yeah.
He needed somewhere to perform.
He
somewhere
had
to talk
something.
to. Absolutely. And so it was a great week. Angelo Dundee, who of course was his longtime trainer, I got to know very well, or pretty well. And then we did a lot of things with Ali then. By the way, George Foreman, you wouldn't know it now because he's selling a lot of barbecue pits and all this other stuff.
The grills.
He wouldn't even talk to the media during that. He was so intimidated by Ali, he just didn't want to say. Ali just took over. Ali just
Now,
took
see,
over.
George Foreman is from where I'm from.
In Texas.
In Texas.
Yeah.
He had a place in Marshall, Texas.
Right.
And he used to recruit us high school boys
Really?
to come over there and spar against him.
Okay.
I wasn't that foolish. I was nothing.
You might could have been famous.
I saw some of my fellow classmates go over there, and they didn't look too good when they got back. It's like it doesn't take long for this country boy to figure out.
Right, exactly.
So, but George Foreman, Muhammad Ali, he doesn't get much better than that.
Doesn't get well as far as Muhammad Ali. He was tremendous. He was worldwide figure, superstar, hero. And even over there, Joseph Mobutu was the dictator during that time. The training camp was out at his compound on the Congo River. They would bring out the school children from that area every day, early in the afternoon. They would come out and watch him train and fight and spar. And you know what they would all say in unison? Ali Boumaye. Ali, that means Ali kill.
Really?
That's what they were saying. But they loved him, and he loved them, and he would go sit right down in the middle of them. He was like a Pied Piper. I mean, he loved everybody.
And was George Foreman, was he greeted as well?
No.
I didn't think so.
George Foreman's workout was very quiet, very silent. All you could hear was the popping of the pads. That was about it. And there was no interview, so you go and you could shoot, footage of him working out and all of that. He'd get through, put a towel around his head, put it on top of his head, and walk out. He was gone.
He
wasn't talking. He certainly went 180.
Well, now he's come out of his shell since then.
I don't know how many $1 million worth of
grills
and
I'm telling you,
wow! But he's a great personality now, and he's got 5 sons, each one named George.
Yeah.
He didn't think much of himself. Did he?
No. But do you think there was ever a greater athlete? And I got to say now, Ali to me.
Well, let me put it to you.
Sugar Ray Leonard didn't get the fame that Ali did.
In boxing, Muhammad Ali. In basketball, Michael Jordan. In golf, Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
In baseball, you can name a number. And in football, you can name a number.
Yeah.
But I think you can narrow it down to those individuals in those sports. In tennis, and you can look at John McEnroe, or you can look at Jimmy Connors. You could look at a lot of people.
Sure.
But nobody was ever any bigger. And you know what? Ali can walk anywhere in the world today today, and he is instantly recognized.
Well, yeah.
I mean, that's the kind of effect he's had on the world. And he does a lot of good things.
What?
He's a great ambassador
Yes.
as a human being.
Yes.
He really is.
Even with the controversies that went
sure,
about,
sure.
he still came out on top.
Oh, absolutely.
What sets him and Michael Jordan and Tiger Woods and those folks apart?
They were gifted by God with the most unusual talent and abilities ever given men in those chosen fields. But that's not enough. You can have I've seen great athletes with a lot of talent who didn't have much heart, and they get beat every time. Give me an average athlete with a tremendous heart over a guy or a gal that's got a lot of talent but really doesn't want to work at it. I'm going to take the average athlete with a big heart. They're going to beat your brains out every day.
One comes to mind.
And that's the difference in those guys. A lot of people don't understand. Yes, Tiger Woods has got wonderful talent, but he works hard. He works hard in his craft. Michael Jordan, he worked hard. He got cut in high school or in junior high school. So they work hard at what they do. All of them. They don't achieve greatness just with having great ability. You've got to work at it.
You got to work at it.
You got to work at what you do. You got to work at what you do. I got to work at what I do. Everybody has to work.
But it's that heart.
It's that heart. All the great ones have it, see? They have that heart. All the great ones have it.
Rudy, the movie Rudy that comes to mind.
Same thing.
Notre Dame.
Yes, sir. Oh, there are tons of...
he shouldn't have never been on the football field.
No.
As far as the height and the capabilities, but he had the heart.
Sheer determination drove him.
And
that's what drives every great athlete. So whenever you see... And you don't even have to be talking about Tiger Woods or Muhammad Ali or any of these people. You can see people in the workforce who are not known by anybody but maybe those that they work around. But you can tell these people have something special. They have a passion. They have a burning desire. And, maybe that's all they want to do, so they don't have to achieve something way up here. Just go to work every day, give it your best, and when you lay your head down on the pillow that night, if you can say, I did the best I could today, you will sleep well.
You'll sleep well.
Absolutely.
That's awesome, Hope. And I tell you, it's great for our viewers to hear that, I hear so many guys and gals to go, I want to make my next outing outdoors, whether it be hunting or fishing, better.
Right.
Better. What do I need to do? You said it. It's the heart. It's the passion for it that is the driving force.
Right.
If you can take it, if you can just take it to that next degree, that next level, and maybe and a lot of people don't realize this is you and I, to be a sportscaster as much as you did on sports and everything, you had to constantly read up on rules and regulations and new equipment and new stuff. I'd have to do the same thing.
Yeah.
I have to keep up with what's the latest in hunting and fishing and letting our public know. You have to take it to that degree if you want to be up there.
I tell young people when I speak, and I do a lot of speaking at different organizations, corporate, churches and all kinds, and I tell them, look, kids want to know, well, how do you become somebody? How do you do something? I say it's very simple. Find something that you love to do, and you'll never work a day in your life.
You'll never work. That's right.
Just find something that you've got passion for.
That's right.
Something that you've got a heart for. Something that when you do it, time goes by and you think, oh my gosh, where'd those hours go? You're having too much fun.
Well, now that leads into what I've got Chris here for.
Yes, sir.
Because here, we thought you might need something on the heart here. So we got we got this for the heart here.
I got you. That'll certainly get you going.
But I tell you what, Hope, thank you so much. And now they can get this book, Amazon.com.
Amazon, let me hold up again if you don't mind.
Yeah,
Amazon, I think they got a picture of it in there. Amazon.com, they're in Kroger stores, they're at Barnes & Noble, and by midweek next week,
Lifeway.
And they will be in Lifeway bookstores
those
all
things
over
are
Middle
everywhere.
Tennessee.
Yeah,
so
those things are nice.
Make a great Christmas gift. And
awesome. And we get to hear about a local hero.
I was going to say, a lot of things I write about are people that you know about, people that you've watched, people that you followed, teams, and there's some things in there, a lot of things in there.
I know I'm going to be in book 2, right?
Absolutely. Because you know what I say at the end of this book? I say, and oh, by the way, my next book's going to be a whole lot better than this one. So you will be in there.
I'll be in this one.
I'm saving the really good stuff.
I hope you're something else, but I tell you what, you're an awesome sportscaster. You've been an awesome friend more than anything.
Kind. You're very kind.
You're
that goes
awesome
two ways.
man of God,
that goes
too.
2 ways.
Well, you're an awesome man of God, too, and we really appreciate you.
Thank you, my friend.
And Chris, now we get to we
You're
get to
done
play
with
with
me.
some goodies.
It's up to you
No,
now.
we're not done with hope. I just want to play with some goodies now. But I wanted to show this because I tell you what, Chris, winter's coming on. I mean, the winter's going to be, what, the 20th or 21st? It's on a Friday this year. Coming up of December. And so they're already predicting harsher temperatures, more freezing temperatures, longer sustaining temperatures. Man, that wreaks havoc on a battery.
It does, especially after we've had a hot summer.
Yeah.
You know, because that's really where the damage is done. And, you know, when the temperature gets cold, you lose your cranking amps in your battery, and you're suddenly in a no-start situation. So.
What happens, Chris, to a battery when you go through 102 to 105 degree weather for 2 weeks like we did? And then what happens to a battery during that time and you're using it and charging it and using it and charging it?
Well, there's a lot of things going on. The heat is just a killer of batteries. They are made of lead internally, and the heat underhood temperatures increase the outside temperature. You have 200, 250 degrees under that hood, and batteries eventually just break down, and they'll short out a cell or lose water, and water loss is a huge cause of battery failure as well.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, we got to do our product of the week, our new product of the week, but we want to come back to Chris after this break. So let's go now to our new product of the week.
This week's product of the week is being brought to you by Gateway Tire and Service Center. We sell tires for the way you drive.
All right, I got an excellent one, even for Titan people. If you're going to go to a Titan game, or you're going to sit out there in the frigid air and or wait for a deer, or if you're going to go fishing, you're going to go sauger fishing, and you're just bumping things on the bottom. I have what is called Ember. This is the Ember products, and what it is, it's a scarf. It's a scarf. It goes all the way around you, but look at what it has. It has pockets that hold hot hands, 18-hour-long hot hands. So you can put one in each one. There's one good go here, and one can go here. And as you wrap them around, it keeps your face and neck warm. And you know that you lose 80% of your heat through your head and neck. So if you wrap this around you, it keeps it warm. And by the way, Hope, I brought one for Hope.
Why did I know that was for me?
He said, I'm not afraid.
Oh, no. I'll be happy to be seen anywhere in my house wearing that.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, we got to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk to Chris some more about batteries, so don't you miss a minute of Southern Woods and Water.